Due to ShowPro's aggressive copyright takedown policy, this re-upload will be audio only, with the fully edited version available to my patrons, link in the description below. And now we enter the Sinnoh series of Pokemon films. I'm not gonna lie, I went into this gen extremely skeptical because Gen 4 was where I had initially dropped the TV series back in my youth, and pretty early on at that. However, the Gen 4 movies I saw still gave me some fond memories, including the first one, The Rise of Darkrai. Did the actual thing manage to match my nostalgia? Let's take a look. Ash and friends have traveled to Alamos Town for Dawn to participate in a Pokemon contest. However, not all seems to be as it should in Alamos, as strange phenomena begin to warp the landscape. Could this be the work of Darkrai, the infamous nightmare Pokemon? And does he have any connection to the ferocious battle between Dialga and Palkia being waged inside a dimensional rift? What shocked me most about this film was how much it reminded me of Pokemon 2000. A prophecy about the end of the world, one legendary Pokemon attempting to quell the fighting amongst other legendaries, a song that has the power to heal. It reimagines the concepts from 2000 in all the right ways to create a new and exciting adventure for our heroes to take on. It also shares 2000's idea of just creating a fun and action-packed save the world story, and it pulls it off rather nicely. While the opening act does feel a bit slow at times, the film immediately kicks into high gear once Darkrai shows up, leading into a battle of legendaries of Lovecraftian proportions that basically takes up the entire second half of the film and is captivating almost all the way through. It's just unfortunate that the lead up to that battle is filled with constant attempts to patch up mildly stupid decisions and plot holes that poke in every now and then. Like why Darkrai doesn't just tell everyone what's going on so that they can prepare for the upcoming disaster. I get that they were trying to make it look like Darkrai wasn't getting a chance to speak, but it didn't really convince me. Speaking of Darkrai, I'm surprised by how the tiny bit of development he received got me so invested in him. Perhaps it's just because I love Darkrai as a concept, but the simplicity of his backstory made his arc feel smooth and engaging. The new human characters for this movie turned out to be pretty fun as well. Alice and Tonio make a great duo that play off each other nicely, though they don't really do much aside from sequentially move the plot forward. I do like how they fit into the setting though, as well as the brash and arrogant Alberto. It almost feels like they were pulled out of some kind of English folktale like Sleepy Hollow, and it makes the story feel much more authentic in a way. As a brief side note, Dawn turned out to be the most proactive female lead in these movies since Misty in, you guessed it, Pokemon 2000. I just wanted to bring this up because it actually makes me want to retry the Sinnoh series and hope that Dawn actually is the good character that other Pokemon fans tell me she is. Animation wise, this is probably the most divisive I've seen a film yet. The battle animation and choreography are surprisingly strong, with tons of detailed and well-directed battles scattered throughout the film. It does a fantastic job of selling just how powerful Dialga and Palkia are, and there's this constant sense of weight to every attack. Unfortunately, there's also another metric ton of CG. It's not quite as bad as Pokemon Ranger, but it's definitely near the bottom, and the super jerky, lightning-fast camera movement makes it all the worse. Fortunately, the film also has one of the best soundtracks I've heard from a Pokemon movie. Having a memorable tune played throughout the film that eventually held narrative significance was a huge help, and the main bulk of the soundtrack has this heaviness to it that really gets you bobbing your head to the beat. Overall, I'm very happy that Rise of Darkrai holds up as well as it does. It's not nearly all that deep in any way, and the animation really takes some nasty hits far too often, but it's still a fun adventure film just like the predecessor it tries to emulate. This is one of those moments of remembering love that I can totally get into, and I hope the rest of the Sinnoh films can match the level of passion that this one aspires to. That's it for this video. Tomorrow we'll check out what I hope is still one of my favorite Pokemon movies, Giratina and the Sky Warrior. And don't forget to check out my other content while you wait. Special thanks to Jan Rogalski, Rourke Tinjoin, JJJ User, Kushina Minami, and all my other patrons for their generous support. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.